Hey everybody, it is Mike from digitalnomad.net and I'm here doing a live video about this new Rivian, I think that's how you pronounce it, Rivian, the first electric adventure vehicle, SUV. Curious as to what it's going to look like because you may have seen the new R1T truck just got unveiled yesterday and today is the 27th of November, so it's on the 26th. And if you want to see what that looks like, let's click through. Here's what it is. Some of the biggest features I'm seeing on this truck, and it is a truck. It's a four-door, two doors on the side, two doors in the back, and then a bed in the back. So it's a truck. Is that it's going to have a huge range with massive battery packs because it's not real aerodynamic, so it needs massive battery packs. Quad motor system, meaning it doesn't have any. I'm guessing it doesn't have any CV joints in the front, since it has individual motors at each wheel. Let me know if you know about that or not. Because if it doesn't, that's going to be a great benefit above what's going on with Tesla these days. Because I got a Model X and I've had problems with the front CV joints. I can tell you already. Nice ground clearance and 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. That's
here, 18 miles an hour.
whoop. And actually, I'm playing my YouTube channel. That was me. Let's get rid of this YouTube. Okay. Now let's go back to the unveiling. 1 minute. So what is the SUV going to be? My guess is it'll look kind of similar maybe in the front to the truck. Probably based on the same platform. Probably with the quad. The 4 motors, 1 in each wheel. And again, that's a mystery as to how that's going to work. But if it doesn't have any CV joints or drive shafts, that would be a huge benefit. But does it have a step-down gearbox? Because Teslas have a single gear reduction. Oh, here we go. Are we going now? I don't know if this is live. Okay. This is the unveiling. I'm guessing. Yeah, Rivian electric adventure vehicles. So they're going for a real specific marketing segment here. Which is basically people with a lot of money who like to go on off-road adventures. And actually, I kind of like to go on adventures, but I can tell you that truck was not really going to work for me because there's not really anywhere to do any true car camping with climate control. If you've watched my videos, you'll know that. Let's go back to it since we're still waiting. Where are you going to do any of your car camping with climate control? I don't see it. Not to mention, these guys aren't offering any type of infrastructure for long distance driving right now that I know of. And they don't have any free supercharging, which I've got, which makes it economical, at least, I mean, aside from the huge monthly payment you got to make. So Rivian is still waiting here. Let's open up another window. Let's see. Waiting. Okay, it just says the world's first electric adventure vehicle. Maybe they've changed the website. Let's see if there's anything on here. No, they're still showing this same thing here. And as you may know, Rivian bought some type of, I think they're based out of Michigan, believe it or not, the company. But they've bought some type of former Mitsubishi Motors plant in Normal, Illinois. I think they paid like $16 million, Spider-Red, for it. Anyway, what do you guys think of what's going on? Give me some comments if you're out there watching this live video. Oh, here we go. Now we've got something. So make sure we get the sound turned up. Sound 99, 100. It's all the way. Here we go. Okay, the sound is not very loud here. Where is this? I don't know where this is happening. I'm guessing it's either in there. They have a San Jose headquarters.
Founder and CEO Rivian.
Here we go.
RJ Scaringe.
Founders stepping out here. I don't know what location this is in. If you know, let me know. Comment.
We are so excited to be here to show our products. After working on these for years, being very quiet, taking a very stealthy approach.
They have been quiet.
Not showing the details, not showing what hundreds of people were coming together to work on, hundreds of suppliers were coming together to work on, making thousands and thousands of decisions around a set of products that fundamentally deliver something that we don't see in the market today. A set of products that combine the ability to have great performance on-road, great performance off-road, the ability to fit your family, your gear, your stuff into the car, and at the same time, deliver incredible efficiency. So when we think about our purpose as a company, really ultimately we were focused
Someone
on
typed in
enabling
test there.
people to have those adventures. Take their family, take their kids, take their friends to the mountains, to the ski resort, to grandma's house, to the lakeside. So as you go through the vehicles today and as you see the different features, all the aspects of the vehicle, from the technology, to the design, to the way the vehicles are even packaged, have been set up to enable this lifestyle, to enable you to get out and enjoy the world. So before I show you those cars, we first just want to talk a little bit about the company. So we have about 600 people spread between several locations throughout the United States. We've got a large development office which is doing all of our core vehicle development, call it your traditional mechanical engineering, just outside of Detroit. Here in California, we have an office in San Jose that's doing our self-driving platform, our connectivity platform, our cloud architecture. And then in Irvine, we have our battery and our propulsion team developing all the systems that ultimately have to propel and move this vehicle. We have an additional office in the UK that provides some additional technology support, and that all feeds into a production facility just south of Chicago, a 2.6 million square foot facility we purchased about a year and a half ago. Beautiful facility, and that's in the process as we speak of getting set up to produce these vehicles. So with that, I won't talk too much longer. I'm very excited to show you what we mean by electric adventure.
Okay. See if this is the SUV. They've already introduced the truck yesterday. That's the truck. Alright, there it is. It's a boxy looking van looking thing. So it looks like it is based on the truck. And it's just a very boxy. It's kind of like with the VW van we were saying was going to be electric, right? Yes, that one day old, that was the truck.
So here,
this is the SUV.
R1T.
This is the truck that you just commented on.
Pictures out on this vehicle. And next to me is
Here
our
it is.
R1S,
This is the new one.
7-passenger 3-row SUV. And these two vehicles are sharing the same platform.
Yeah.
Deliver exceptional performance.
Share the same platform.
0 to 60 in 3 seconds. Great on-road performance, great off-road performance, and a ton of utility. What you're first seeing here as you look at these is a very unique front end, a very unique face. And these vehicles share this same unique headlight graphic and unique what we call daytime running light running across the vehicle. And as you look at this unique graphic, it gives us something that's unlike anything else in the market. When you see it, you instantly recognize it. You know, seeing it out in the wild, whether that's on the road, whether that's in the mountains, whether that's, you know, on a trail, it's something that you instantly remember. And of course, in that, sort of the key element you're noticing is this headlight graphic. And we call this a stadium light, and it houses our high beams, our low beams, and that's flanked by this cross-car daytime running light. And it gives it a sense of strength, a sense of position. We wanted to make sure that when we did this, we created a face that was unlike any other face we've seen on an adventure vehicle before. It needed to make sure it was making a statement that it was a different kind of vehicle underneath, but still very confident and strong. Now, interestingly, in addition to providing that daytime running light, this center portion here in both the R1S and the R1T
I think it's a
is your
gauge.
charge indicator.
Yeah, charge indicator.
So
do you
we're
want
showing
everyone
here
else
the
seeing
vehicle
that
fully
though?
charged, but as the vehicle is lower and less charged, you'd see this. It'd actually give you the indication also on the rear of the vehicle. Now, in addition to the
know about
very
any kind of
graphic we see here on the front,
positive benefit from that.
the rest of the vehicle, the surfacing, the design, really is working to communicate a sense of strength, a sense of purpose, a sense of utility and function, but simultaneously, level of sophistication and intelligence. And you can see in the body graphics carrying around, the sheer surfacing, the very clean line work. It's intended to make a statement that this is a vehicle that you can use.
Yeah, I want Tesla to be strong too. I don't know how much these guys are real competition because they're going after a real niche market here.
These vehicles are sitting still here, so you can't see them moving.
Not to mention their real niche market is traditional internal combustion engine
Before we do that, I want to show
folks. So I'm not sure if they're willing to change over.
Enables the kind of performance we talked
Not for the
about,
price they're asking
but
anyway.
also how we enable these types of ventures I talked about. So whether that's, say, carrying your gear, carrying your family. So in both the vehicles, in the front of the vehicle, we have what we consider to be a very large storage compartment.
Yeah, the front is big because it's not
Followed
aerodynamic.
by a cabin that invites you to get into it.
It's very
comfortable,
boxy.
It's large. And what we've done is we've combined the materials in that cabin. We put some classically premium materials and integrated those with some materials that are very durable. They can get worn on, you can get them dirty, they're easy to clean. The kinds of things you'd see in a ski jacket, the kinds of things you'd see in outdoor gear. And what you see here are pictures from the R1T. And this is a 5-passenger vehicle, very comfortable seating package. But that same mentality, that same philosophy of cleanability, durability, with a level of aspiration, is something you want to be sitting in, carries into our SUV. And the SUV, in addition to having those 3 rows, the second 2 rows, the second row and the third row, both fully flat, enabling you great storage space.
That's what I have in the X.
Now,
And
as we think about
similar,
the design
but
of the interior,
very boxy on the Rivian, so
that's fitting all the
more room in the
people, it's
back.
fitting your gear, but we've also put a lot of time into thinking about the other storage compartments. We have a very large front trunk, or a frunk, with 330 liters of storage.
Yeah, that's big.
And we're going to show you this trunk opening up, and it can fit all kinds of stuff, whether that's your cooler, your backpack, your full-size suitcase, even a golf bag. And this is something that's easy to get into, loading things, it's easy to take things out of, and very importantly, not only does it power up, it powers down. So if you're pulling grocery bags out, it makes it easy to access the storage compartment. Now, in addition to the front trunk,
I was always told with Tesla they couldn't do that because of safety ratings. Anybody know about that? Let me know. Looks like Rivian can do it.
Obviously, lots of very long things, whether that's
Yeah, he's talking about the pickup truck storage compartment that goes across the vehicle from driver to passenger side in a tunnel where they're normally, you just have the seats reclining. It would be wasted space. They filled it up with something. It's a unique design.
It acts as an area to sit on. It allows you to prep. Let's say you're going to the beach and throwing.
Although you're gaining those things in there as a reduction of interior space. You're losing space inside the truck for sure.
Just showing us stepping on it. If you're loading something onto the roof, it makes it very easy to access the roof. In fact, we want to have the easiest vehicle in the world to put things on the roof of. Now, in addition to the frunk, which is the same on both vehicles, the gear tunnel, the back of the vehicles have been designed for a lot of packaging space as well. In the case of the R1T,
I wonder if the SUV has the gear tunnel.
behind the
I
axle,
don't think it does.
we have a full-size spare.
Yeah, I saw that full-size spare. There's no spare in the Tesla, as you guys know.
Similarly on the R1S, with the seats folded flat, you have a large...
So you're losing a lot of the space that you're gaining because of a spare tire. You gotta remember that. I have a lot of room underneath the floor of my Model X because there's no spare tire, there's no third row seat.
That when you get to that adventure, whether you need to plug in or air up your tires on your bike, we make that very easy. Both vehicles have an integrated compressed air package. It leverages the air suspension on the vehicle, 110-volt outlets throughout the back of the vehicle. And then we have a racking system that's really elegant. It's very easy to use. It collapses, it fits into the front, but the same racking system works on our R1S, on the roof.
Hey, give me a thumbs up, people, if you're watching, if you like this video.
On the roof of the R1T.
Just even if you find it interesting, give me a thumbs up.
We've spent some time going through some of these packaging features. We see we can put all this gear into the vehicle.
I want to see the inside of that
How's
SUV.
possible? Of course, not having an engine gives us some advantages.
Thanks for the thumbs up, folks.
Laid out the architecture. we have what we call a skateboard architecture, where essentially
that's the same as Tesla. The skateboard, everything down there is batteries.
All the core elements necessary to drive the vehicle.
Yep.
So your
real low,
system, your drive
so it
system,
handles well.
Your cooling system.
No difference in Tesla right there.
All of our digital network architecture carried in this thin.
And apparently they will have software updates through multi-computer screens like Tesla, and also self-driving that they will upgrade over time. They have the hardware on the vehicles apparently.
Allows us to fit under-seat storage in the second row, which I haven't even talked about. And then of course the storage behind the rear.
See that. Under-seat storage in the second row.
The beauty, as I said,
well, there's some of that on the Tesla anyway. I have that.
You can do all these things, and you can leverage.
It's not very usable, but it's there.
Put storage, put occupant comfort into a vehicle in a way that we haven't seen before. Now, in addition to all those packaging benefits, let's talk a little bit about the performance of the vehicle. At the core of the skateboard is our battery system. And our battery system, the largest configuration, largest battery pack, delivers over 180 kilowatt hours of energy.
That's huge, 180 kilowatts. Yeah, it is ugly. I agree with you on that, Barry. But it gives you the practical huge frunk. Although it really requires a huge battery pack because you're going to go through a lot more electricity. It's not as efficient, I'm sure, on the road. So that's why they've got the huge battery packs.
That module carries 15 kilowatt hours of energy, and our biggest pack combines 12 of those. 12 of those 15 kilowatt hour modules for a total of 180.
And I believe they use the same size batteries that Tesla is using in the Model 3 now. If somebody can comment on that, please let us know, but I believe that's the case.
And managed the temperature of those cells with a very sophisticated.
So S and X battery size are different. The grill headlight assembly is fugly. Yeah, I don't see the point of this little thing over here. It gives you the state of charge and broadcast it to everyone around the vehicle. I don't see the point in that.
And all that learning comes in to allow us to better control the battery, protect its health, give you maximum range, utilize as much of the cell as we can.
Land Rover, yeah, I think you're right about that.
I could spend
definitely looking for the traditional off-roading
I will put you guys through that. We'll talk about some of the
customer.
aspects of it. Just move on to
Wish Tesla had a van.
And sitting on the outside.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what this is. This is kind of like the Tesla van. It's so boxy. I thought it was like a VW, the electrified VW van when I first saw it, the silhouette.
147 kilowatts of power per wheel.
Very Soviet.
Each wheel is controlled individually by a single motor. And what that allows us to do is to very precisely send torque to any wheel in any direction instantaneously. We can do things like torque vectoring.
Right, they've got 4 motors, 1 motor at each wheel. I'm wondering if there's any kind of drive shaft or CV joint or transmission or gear reduction involved with these. They don't say, they haven't said yet. If anybody knows, let me know. Yeah, it does look like a Nissan NV200. That's a good point. It may be expensive as well. I think it starts at 70 grand for the pickup truck, if I believe, if that's accurate. That's the starting price.
The ability to place torque where you need it allows very brisk acceleration. So I mentioned before, 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. The vehicle goes fully up to 100 in under 7 seconds. Top speed on the vehicles is 125. For these vehicles, we didn't think they needed to go much faster than 125.
Yeah, they're claiming 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. They're not saying there's any kind of ludicrous or insane package.
Very elegant.
They haven't specified yet.
What that also enables is a suspension architecture, very importantly, a drive shaft architecture.
Here we go.
That gives us the kind of articulation that you won't find in
drive
any
shaft
other
architecture.
In terms of suspension articulation.
Is he going to say more?
And what enables that are these long half shafts. These half shafts that extend.
Okay, there are half shafts.
From the center line of the vehicle out to the wheel, and they allow you to have significant amount of wheel travel.
Okay, I see. Well, it's not going to give you much benefit if the motor's not at the wheel and you've still got a drive shaft. You're going to have potential issues with the drive shafts. I can tell you that, especially with the torque from electric motors.
These vehicles can raise up to over 360 millimeters of ground clearance. Here they're sitting at about 280. So
yeah, and Tesla has adjustable suspension on the Model X. Not quite as high as these guys.
They can tuck down to about 230 millimeters of ground clearance, about 50 lower than what you see here. And if you're getting in and out of the vehicle, they can go into a neo mode, making it very easy to get it out with about 200 millimeters of ground clearance. So that broad range of suspension adjustability is all enabled because of the way the drive shafts are set up, and this multi-link suspension in the rear, and a double A-arm in the front. Now,
too heavy to put in the wheels, eh? Maybe you're right.
We talked about powertrain. We talked
It's
about
just
all
that
these things
it's
coming
probably gonna be a
together
more complicated drive
into this
shaft system
skateboard
here than the
architecture.
Tesla.
This skateboard
And I already know the
is very
front
identical
drive motor
to exceptional
system
length
in
in
Tesla
these
has
two
got problems with
vehicles.
the half
Same
shafts
drivetrain,
wearing
same
out.
battery pack, same cooling system, same control systems. The entirety of the network architecture, the digital layer within the vehicle,
There's a
we
view of it.
designed and built in-house. All the ECUs, the domain controllers, we built those to enable a very secure platform, very secure. And what that allows is a level of connectivity.
Yeah, I'm just comparing this SUV to the Model X because it is likely a direct competitor.
So the vehicle integrates cameras, radar, high precision GPS.
Yeah, and they've got LiDAR here too.
LiDAR sitting in the front of the
Yep,
vehicle.
that's why they made the front end big for those LiDARs.
Self-driving and on-road self-driving that we haven't seen.
Tesla does not have LiDAR, if you guys might know that.
Now, as we
There's some
start to
question
think
as to
about all
Tesla
those
can
features
work without
that
LiDAR.
come together, it's important that we recognize it also enables this broad capability. And we talked about acceleration, we talked about wheel articulation, we talked about center of gravity being very low with the battery pack being in the middle of the vehicle. What that drives is an approach angle and a departure angle.
Model X is actually classified as an SUV, just in case you want to know, by NHTSA, or whoever decides that kind of stuff.
In the case of the R1T, 26-degree breakover. In the case of the R1S, a 30-degree breakover because the wheelbase is shorter. This also allows the vehicle to go up very steep gradients. It allows it to tow quite a bit. The R1T tows over 11,000 pounds, 5,000 kilograms. In terms of its ability to climb, this is a vehicle that can go up a 45-degree gradient or down a 45-degree gradient. That center of gravity really helps. The torque and the torque control really help with that. Now, this is also a vehicle that, because it doesn't have to breathe air, there's no engine on the vehicle, it can wade through very deep water. So the vehicle can wade through over 1 meter of water, which puts the water up to about here. And
Waterproof,
it's interesting, it allows it to really, our goal is to allow it to go anywhere. So whether you're crossing a stream or whether you have to drive up to the edge of a fishing location, we can do that in this vehicle. As we've thought about all that, I talked before about this digital architecture. We've also designed the interior and the digital experience to be very intuitive and to enable you to go on those adventures. Let's find the adventure, find the location, make it very easy to use the vehicle, make it easy to interact with the vehicle. So we have a tile-based system on our center touchscreen that allows you to quickly move through applications. It allows you an easy in-vehicle portal into our cloud-based architecture. And that, as I said, connects into the self-driving platform as well, which enables you to really, as you get out there, get on the highway, take your hands
Now this
off
interior
the
looks
wheel,
very
eyes
traditional
off the
again,
road.
like the outside of the vehicle, but it does have two screens, big and a little bit smaller, like the Model S and X on the Tesla.
Traffic on the highway. And that all comes together into a vehicle that ultimately we're seeing these things nice and clean here need to get dirty. They need to be used. The basic litmus of how we think about our products is, would you be comfortable throwing your kids in the back and taking them to the beach? Would you let your kid hold the juice box in the back? I have 2 boys and a third on the way, so this is very close to my heart. So the cleanability, the usability on the inside and the usability on the outside are very important. So now we're going to show you some of these vehicles doing the things that they should be doing, which is out in the wild, having fun, exploring, and getting dirty. The R1T and the R1S are really fun to drive. Unfortunately, I'd love to have everybody here have a chance to drive them at some point. Hopefully we will. But that maybe just gives you a flavor of how accessible the performance is in these vehicles. I want to thank everyone for listening to this presentation and seeing our vehicles as we show them to the world. Just in terms of timing, the vehicles are available in the second half of 2020. So we're coming up, we're getting very close to production. What you see here is what will be on the market. We've spent a lot of time, thousands and thousands of decisions, as I said, hundreds of people putting this together to make sure all the pieces are lined up. The technology, the organization.
Yeah, the air suspension, kneeling and all that, I think it's just a function of normal air suspension, as is similar in the Tesla.
We're very excited to show these, and thank you again.
Yes, he hasn't opened the door, that's correct. I'm wondering about that. Looks like that's the end of the presentation. Let me go back over here to the website and see if they've got anything up about the SUV now. No, they haven't updated the SUV, but it looks like it's the same. Let me get rid of this sound on here. Looks like it's the same architecture as the truck. And let's see, the quad motor system, I say, is the most unique thing about this, and they don't really give that much detail on it here. Let's see, all-electric truck. Here's the interior. Here's a better picture of the interior. It looks very, very traditional. Very traditional American-looking interior. I said the exterior is also very traditional American. They're obviously going after a totally different market than Tesla. And they've got the spare tire. But like I said, that spare tire is great, but it takes up a lot of the extra room that you're gaining by going with their design. And part of the problem with their design is that you're going to use a lot more electricity for the same miles covered. They don't mention that either. Here's the quad drive. Maneuver out of any situation. Okay, well, not if you lose traction on all four wheels. So, let's see. See if I can move this thing up. Here's the spare tire, if I can get to it. There. Rear bin. Full-size spare, conveniently in the rear bin. So that's got the SUV and the truck. They've got power outlets, no big deal. It's an electric vehicle. You can put any kind of power inverter you want in an electric vehicle. No big deal with power outlets. Big deal is that it does have a spare if that's what you want, but there's a trade-off. Like I said, trade-off in design. The quad drive sounds interesting, but you got 4 motors instead of 2. What happens if one of the motors goes out on the front axle and not the second one? Can you even drive the car? On a Tesla, if one of the motors goes out on one of the axles, apparently you can still drive it because the other motor is only driving the other axle, and you can just propel it forward. But I'm curious as to if this thing is even drivable if one of the motors goes out. Maybe they have it so that if one goes out, they both shut off, and then you only power from one axle. Here's the gear tunnel. Look at that. I don't think that's in the SUV, but let me know in the comments. This crossbar system, I don't know, some kind of gimmick, but I'd like to see more about this quad drive. I'd like to see how it's laid out. 3 seconds is great. You know, you don't need anything in terms of special packages to get that kind of acceleration or special anything, I don't think. And here it is, starting at $61,500 after federal tax. What is the federal tax? 75. So it's probably about $70,000 cash to start for the pickup truck. And we know that the SUV is always going to be more expensive. Still don't show anything here. Let's go back. I'm curious as to how this order reservation system works. Let's just try it out since we're here. Pre-order now. You can only pre-order the truck, not the SUV. So you put your contact information, $1,000 deposit. Production will begin in 2020. It's late 2020, like he said. They're only going to have the 180 kilowatt packs available first, and 135 kilowatt packs. 180 is huge. 105 kilowatt will follow in 2021. Okay. So I don't know if that 70,000 is for 135 kilowatt pack, or is the 70,000 for the 105 kilowatt pack that's not even available yet. If you guys find out, let me know. You like that hidden compartment? Yeah, that's true. It definitely serves some purposes, I would think. All right. They're going to send you some free stuff by putting in a deposit, apparently, too. $1,000 to hold it. All right, well, we'll go back one more time, and let's see if they've got the SUV. Let's see. Yep, there it is. It's on the website now. Okay, they just got it up on the website. Up to 400 miles, quad motor system, weighting depth of 3 feet, 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. They're saying the same speed for SUV. I guess it doesn't really add much weight, especially when you're talking about something that's going to be as heavy as this, what the battery packs are talking about. It won't let me go anywhere on this site now. It's just got this. This is it. There's no, I mean, I can kind of pull it down, but it won't let me. Oh, okay, there we go. Ribbon in the Wild, R all-electric SUV. Again, the same interior as the pickup. They're just carryovers. They're just built up the same place. Here we go. Now let's see what they've got. This stuff is not shown on the pickup one. Let's see. Whoop. Craftsmanship. This is a hard to navigate website, or I got enough sleep last night. Alright, let's try this. Backseat comfort. More is merrier, especially when talking about legroom. This is for the SUV. Does look like it has good space in there. Charge light indicator, that's a big gimmick. That's a good selling point, something to talk about, but it's a gimmick. Headlights, so those are interesting. That they're these things are the headlights right here. Stadium-shaped headlights light the way. Here, craftsmanship. Sustainably sourced. Premium materials. Okay. Well, that's good. Sustainably sourced. What else do they have on here? Okay, you use these arrows, and it's backwards. It's the opposite of what you think. So much for intuitive. Front trunk. Now, this is the big one. It's definitely big. The front trunk is big. And I guess it's because there's probably no storage room in the back at all that you don't see. Because everything, if you've got this full supply of spare tires, is going to be taken up. So you can put something underneath the second row and something behind the second or third row seats, if there is any room behind the third row seats. I don't even know. Underbody skid protection. Okay, it's fully sealed. That's something that Tesla does not have. It's all plastic. I'm guessing this is from plastic, but somebody let me know if you know. I would hope it's not plastic if it's underbody skid protection. There, towing. Okay, you've got less towing. You're down to 3,500 kilograms in the SUV, where you had 5,000 on the pickup. And I guess this is because it is going to be heavier. Yeah, it's not. You're checking your cell phone. I don't want to broadcast that state of charge to everyone with that charge light indicator. This says starting price of 65,000. So I'm guessing it's going to be what, $3,000 more than the pickup, approximately. And the range of 440 plus miles. Maybe they have a bigger battery pack available in this one. Maybe it's just because it's more aerodynamic. Just the fact that there's no bed in the back. It looks shorter too. But maybe that's just the way it appears looking at it like this. Anyway, that's it for this video. Be interesting to see how they do. They didn't say anything about their charging network. Does anybody know anything about charge port type, CSS? Did they cover this? No, they did not cover any of that. They didn't mention anything. They talk about how great the range is, but they didn't talk about anything concerning their charging network. So that's very much a concern. If you can't charge up quickly and don't have enough charging places, then the range is, I guess it's okay as long as you just drive around town. But for anybody that does a lot of driving or drives long distance, it's going to be a serious drawback. But we'll see, because it's going to be at least 2 years till one of these hits the road, in my estimation anyway, from what he's saying, late 2020. So anyway, keep the comments rolling in. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video, and feel free to go back in here and look at my comments as we went along with Rivian and what they were saying about this new SUV. This car is just to delay people buying an X. I don't know. This is a dramatically different vehicle than the X. I think they're definitely going after two completely different markets. This is more, I say, like, this vehicle is more akin to like a body-on-frame vehicle, right? Where this SUV and the pickup, it's like a body-on-frame, compared to the Tesla Model S and X, which are more like unit body construction. That's how I would look at it. There's a dramatic difference in the way these things are constructed. Two totally different markets. And I guess there is one here for electric vehicles. And I guess they probably also didn't want to go head-to-head with Tesla. I mean, who would want to do that? Really? I mean, if they didn't have to. Well, look, now it's gone. Whatever I saw on the SUV is not there. Oh, there it is. Okay, let me try to go to Tesla's site before I log off, and we'll compare. There's the Model S, Model X, just what it looks like. Just a general, like, your first impression. All right, there's Okay, there's the Model X with the Falcon Wing doors and very aerodynamic appearance. Okay, versus this is like a box on wheels. This is just, it's dramatically different. It's not going to appeal to the same people, I can tell you. And I'm not even sure how I would feel about which one I'd be interested in at this point in time, because this one's not even available. Like you said, somebody said, commented about delaying buying a Model X. Well, maybe, I don't know. See, the biggest thing about the Model X, the biggest drawback is the fact that it sweeps down the back. It's not just the hatchback design. The hatchback design is purposefully because it's the most aerodynamic design available. If they were to go straight across and then down like a square, you would not get anywhere close to the efficiency on electricity as you're getting now in the Model X. So that's going to be the biggest difference. Is going to be the lack of efficiency because of the design back here. It's a squared off back. That has a dramatic negative effect on efficiency, and so does this huge frontal area, unaerodynamic frontal area. You combine that with this, which is traditional body-on-frame construction, ends up showing up like this. It's just less efficient all around. So it depends on you as a buyer what you're interested in. Anyway, thanks again for your comments. Look forward to reading more of them as you get them. And give me a thumbs up if you liked the video and subscribe. Thanks for watching.